All right. Hopefully that looks all right, guys. All right. All right. Hang tight. Okay. That's not what I'm looking for. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for my live stream. My live stream. I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night. Okay. All right. Let's go here. Oh, there it says I'm live, right? Is it live? Yeah, I think it's live. Looks like it's live. Yeah, I'm live. All right. Let's get you closer. Let's get you a little closer. Hopefully that looks a little bit better. All right. Rotate a little bit. Yeah, I think it's a little bit better. Yeah, it's a little bit better. And it's vertical this time, so that's good too, I guess, right? YouTube likes vertical. Oh my goodness. I think what I'm going to do is try to connect these up here a little bit better, which is probably what I should have done. As a matter of fact, I'm going to scratch that surface a little bit more. Where all my scratchy toys are. I don't know where they are. Let's see here. That's not it. Well, we can use this. I'm going to stiffen this up around here so it's a nice fluid shape. You just have to blend this all in. So we make this look like it's all one piece. And the more I think about it, I might actually make these a little different next time. And these are supposed to be wax melts. You put your wax in the top, and I'm going to end up cutting a design in this, and you put your tea light candle in there, and then you melt your wax. All right. Let's blend it all in. Yeah. Hey, Mandy, how you doing? You're the first one in here, actually. Not too many people out on a Saturday Night Live. I'm actually surprised. Says this is going to be a quiet night, I guess. I would imagine Leah would have been notified as well, but maybe she has got some stuff going on. Who knows? That's a possibility. That and it's just late. You know, it's late. Not for me though. I'm a night owl. So actually, this time of the night, it's not late for me at all. Oh, hey Barbie, how you doing there, girl? Good to see you in here. It's really good to see you in here. I made these last night, and now I'm just kind of starting to go over them, and They got a little dry on me, I must say. A little bit dry. I'm not too happy about that because cleaning them up is going to be a little bit of a problem. I may not be able to cut into them the way I wanted to. So I may have to rethink this idea. But you know, you have some wins, you have some fails. But that's just the way life is. One thing is good is I can always recycle these things. If they don't quite work out this time. But yeah, these dried out a little bit more than what I wanted them to. I'm not even looking for like a perfect shape with these either. Just for them to look interesting, you know? She loves the wax melters. Have a shelf of wax cubes on the TV stand. Every time you open the door. Yeah. Pecan. Okay. It says, I missed you last night. I rewatched this morning. Loved hearing about the frequencies and healing. Firm believer of that. Yeah, I am too. You know, I learned a little bit more about it and I thought, man, it's really interesting, you know, and then you really start looking into it more and how frequencies can heal. There's all kinds of uses for frequencies. So I've really been starting to look into this whole natural way of life, so to speak, you know. So I'm glad you were able to catch that. What does peace smell like? Or you mean pecan? See, I want to try to learn as much as I can about uh, natural healing and that kind of thing, and natural toothpaste and soaps and all kinds of stuff like that. I want to get a book on how to make your own medicines. That really interests me. Yeah, anyhow, you can regrow teeth, all kinds of stuff, you know? Yeah, how about that? Mysteriously died. Yeah, makes you wonder, doesn't it? It's just like the person that just discovered how to have fuel without actually having to buy anything. It's just natural, you know. He had that motor that ran on water. Imagine that, just water. We can't have that. You know, somebody's got to be able to market it and make money off of that. You know, that guy ended up dying. All kinds of stuff like that. It just makes you wonder, you know. Of course, the science mistake died. I was making a joke because it auto corrected my pecan to peace scented. So I was asking what peace smells like. Oh man, that's funny. I was kind of confused. I was like, wait a minute, peace? Nah, she meant pecan. Oh man. Yeah, yeah, Mandy, mysteriously, you know, it's like, what's up, you know? There has been cures to cancer and they die as well. Yeah, I agree. I've heard about that. You know, nobody should be getting cancer. Besides that, I think these cancers are coming from the food. the food and the water, and you know, what does fluoride do to you, really? I mean, I think it hurts your body more than anything. I don't think it actually helps your teeth at all. It just makes you wonder about all that kind of stuff, you know? I know it makes me wonder about it all. That's right. Exactly. There's no money to be made. It's sickening, to be quite honest with you, that these people are worried about money instead of actually people. It's very sickening. But you know, they found a lot of money. If you keep people sick, you got a customer for life. So that's the whole idea, I think, is just to keep people as sick as possible, give them as many drugs as they can take, and promise them, oh, this will make you feel better. It'll make you feel better. It ain't gonna make you. It ain't gonna get to the root cause of the problem. That's the thing. Fluoride is poison. It's slow death. Absolutely, I agree. It is. One of the things I wish I could banish from the earth is cancer. Me too. My mom had cancer. She didn't die from it, thank God. But and then they want you to do chemo. Well, that kills everything. You know, just crazy stuff. Just crazy. And I don't know what this world coming to. You know, doctors don't care about you anymore. It seems like it's hard to find a really good doctor nowadays that actually cares about you. Cares about his patient, you know, and not the bottom dollar. I mean, I get they have to make money, but come on now. There's ways of making money. It's just that most of them are very greedy about it. Manny, I could be, it could be banished, but it has been silenced. Yes. Yeah. Chemo. Exactly. Yeah. Man, you got, you ladies are right on the money, you know, right on the money. I don't know exactly what I'm going to carve into these yet. I'm just carving. I'm just doing a design. And we're just going to see what this looks like, you know? Got to start with something. I think I'll do that. I'll put another one here. Up around here. All the way down to here. Come around. Yeah, people need to stand up and start learning about this stuff and what's really going on in this country. And actually, it's going on all over the world, you know? It's not just the United States. Speaking of doctors, within the 2 years of living in my town, since moving here, we had to change providers 3 times. Once before the whole thing. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. We didn't have to change ours, actually. I'm surprised. That didn't happen here, at least in Pennsylvania. It shouldn't. It shouldn't at all. Nowhere should that exist. I think we just need to find a way to educate people. And I think it's starting slowly. People are starting to do videos about it and educating people. But I think it's a hard sell because people, they're stuck in this way of life and they're just so used to it. I think it's just they don't want to change. They're happy with their misery. I don't know how else to put it. I think they're just happy with their misery, It's about the only way I can put it. I mean, I was talking, I think it was last night about it, about work, It I think where I'm at, it's just wage slavery at this point. You think about it, for any of us, we go to work, make money for somebody else. We don't actually get paid what we are worth, Our time, we don't get back, but yet we're selling it to somebody else like like it's a commodity. Imagine that. Because it is a commodity. It is a commodity. Knowledge is power, going barefoot, simple yet powerful, connecting our roots to the earth's literal roots. Powerful. I do it all the time, Mandy. Or, yeah, Mandy. Barbie, I do it all the time. Constantly. I'm always barefoot, at least at home. In the wintertime, it may be a little less because up here it gets a little chilly. But outside, it's nice out. I'm barefooted. I like to feel that grass on my feet. And I tell you what, you feel the earth. You feel the electricity in the earth, At least I feel like I do. It's just like when I work with clay. It's the same thing for me. I feel a connection with it, Saying goes, more I'm around people, the more I love my dogs. And of course, did you see my shirt, by the way? It says I hate people. And there are a few people that hate's an awful strong word, but it's just some people drive you nuts. You know what I mean? They just don't want to pay attention. They don't want to listen. And I feel like there's nothing I can say or do that's going to help them or show them the light to help change their minds or, or anything like that. I wish I could, and I'm not the best at speaking, I wouldn't be the best speaker for sure, but I mean, I wish somebody that could speak real well and actually help these people out. I mean, I could try, and I'm sure I'd get better at it in time. I hope this don't break. I made these really thin. I probably shouldn't have made them so thin. You can kind of see how thin I made them. They're thin. They're thin. Just a little bit thin. Looks like I should put some clay down in there. I don't think it really needs it though. As long as it doesn't dry too fast up in here, I'm okay. because these will separate. They'll crack all the way around if they do. Absolutely, the clay keeps you connected to the earth and the healing power it holds. Absolutely. Absolutely, Barbie. There is a reason why my family, I want, consists of my dad and stepmom and her parents. Once in a while, I get caught up in how small the group got along the way. But within that lonely time, yeah. Yeah, how about that? You got your family. What happened, you know? Now, my mother was a nurse, so she's real used to, she's to the medicines and all that, and she knows a lot about that kind of stuff and trust the doctors and that kind of thing. More and more I've been talking to her, though. I think I'm finally getting her to realize that what we've been told all this time is actually wrong. We've been lied to. We've all been you hear people they call it the Matrix. Well, I don't know if it's the Matrix or what it is, but we're all caught up in it, whatever it is. And we've all been born into it. And we went to school and got programmed. We got programmed how to work, be a worker, you know? I never learned to be a worker. I was more of an artist more than anything. But I was told I wasn't going to make money at being an artist. I needed to find a real job. So that's exactly what I did. I went out and found a real job when I should have been doing this my whole life. Because this is what connects me to God, is art. You know, I've been looking at that making wax melts. Wouldn't be very hard at all. Much easier than making a whole candle. I love your design there. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's going to look pretty cool. Then you can put your little candle in there to heat this up. You got to smooth this all out. I probably shouldn't make these so skinny, thin. You see how thin I make my clay. On these pieces I did anyhow. A lot of my mugs, they're pretty thin because they shouldn't be heavy. You know, they should not be heavy. The thing of it is, you're going to put fluid in them, which is going to add weight to it anyhow. So you don't want to have a heavy piece of pottery to hold all the time. Now, in my bakeware stuff, I do tend to make them thicker just because they're going to get used a lot harder. Yes, Terry, the few would love for the masses reboot robots. Exactly. Yep. They want us all robots. Just go to your job, make your money, pay your taxes. That's all we are. We're a way to make them rich. It's all we are. And I'm sick of it. I'm very much sick of it, you know? Yeah, when I get this pottery going again, I'm going to start making some money, and I'm leaving my day job. I will leave my day job in a heartbeat, actually. My wife and I decided we're going to make a plan. We made a 5-year plan. And what we're going to do, we're going to work hard at this. She's going to help with the books and stuff like that and social media. I'm going to, of course, do my thing here, make the stuff. And we're going to push this as hard as we can for the next 5 years. After that, I'm leaving my job at work. And we're moving south. We haven't exactly decided where south yet, but we're going to head south. And you know what? I'm looking for land because I want to be as off-grid as I can be. Okay? As off-grid as I can be. I'm obviously going to still have to have electricity, which is not good, but that's, there's always solar, I guess I could try. I'm not sure how a kiln would act with solar power. You have to have a lot of batteries. Robotic behavior is encouraged from grade school up through college. No free thinking allowed. Yep, that's for sure. That's actually for sure. And that, that was taught back when I was in school. They really didn't want free thinkers, No, they didn't. I have been praying for that for you, Terry. I'm very happy to hear that you are both speaking your plan out loud. Amen to that. Barbie, you and I got a connection going on. I know that because I tell you what, we think on the same level for sure. I think Manny does too. But you got to say it out loud. You got to speak the truth, say it out loud for the universe to start making things happen. And I think it's God. It's God. When I say universe, I mean God, because God is my everything. He's my father, So I'm a God-fearing person. And that's who I think makes things happen. And I think that the universe that God made with our frequencies and stuff, we get drawn into our true purpose on life. I think that's what we need to do is find our true purpose on life or in life, and that's what I'm doing. I'm finding my purpose. And I always felt this was my purpose. I really did. And I allowed myself to be brainwashed. But when you're a kid, it's easy, right? It's easy to be brainwashed when you're a kid. So there you go. That's one of them. I think it looks pretty cool. We'll see how this does it. This is, I'm afraid it's going to crack in here because of the clay, the thickness of the clay. But I'm going to keep them covered up, and I'm hoping that these don't break on me. Hey, how you doing there, buddy? Long time no see. That's for sure. Where have you been? This time always makes me grounded and appreciate all the few that I have in life and love every step away regardless of the situation personal. Yeah, Mandy. Yeah. I appreciate everything too, And that's one of the first things is appreciation of everything you do have. Be grateful, gratitude, gratification, Be grateful for what you do have, what's been given to us, right? I think that's what a lot of it's about, is being so grateful about everything. Let's see. It's weird to say, but her death was a blessing in disguise. Well, sometimes that's the case. Okay. You're like you said, it's sometimes it's hard to say, but that happens, you know? Let's do this little one. Let's do this little one. Well, we've got 21 people in here, guys. That's awesome. If you guys like content like this, please subscribe to my channel. It's a melt, wax melt. Put a little tea light in here. Put your wax up here. Get a nice scent. That's what we're making tonight. I made these last night, actually, if you would have caught my live. And now I'm getting to cut them out. As you can see, I didn't want these to be perfect. I want them to be wobbly. And that's exactly what I got. I want them to be different, you know, and not perfect. I want them to be unique. Every one of these to be unique. Wow, Mandy, I'd love to hear your story. All of it sometime quietly, just you and I. Think you were a very special person. I think so too. I think she's definitely a special person for sure. Yeah, I'm surprised to see Mr. Tux in here for sure. Oh, hey, she cooks and roasts. How about that? Awesome. Good to see you in here. That's right. That's right. We never know how long the person's going to be with us and what their purpose is. Why they were brought into our lives. But there's always a purpose. And sometimes we don't realize what that purpose is until it's gone, really. You know. And then we thought, oh, I know why they're here. And it actually helps you along the way. Yeah, these are going to be different looking, wacky looking, which is why you got the going on. Have you thrown on a 747? No, I have not thrown on a Boeing 747. Let's see. I may be biased, but Arkansas has a lot of what your plan states. Of course, it's gotten more expensive everywhere, but Arkansas is the natural state is the natural state for some reason. I think you and Miss Jackie would love it. Well, hey, I haven't actually even thought about that, but maybe we should look into that state. We are going to be looking at states to go to. So Arkansas could be one of those. I really don't know a whole lot about Arkansas either, but I'll have to find out. She wants someday, Barbie. Let's see. Hey, Scar. Absolutely something, babe. Oh, shucks. Success. Flown on a 747, Terry. Oh. Flown. See, I just glanced at it. Oh, well. Yes, I've flown on 737, 747. I've flown quite a few times. Thank you, Barbie, for pointing that out. Oh, yeah, you were. Oh, really? You work for Southwest. We fly Southwest quite a bit. I actually like Southwest. You're a co-pilot. That's awesome. That is awesome. Congratulations there, bud. That is really awesome to hear. You should be very, very happy with that. Very happy with that. Which I'm sure you are. Now, see, I might be flying with you, and I won't even know what you look like or anything. Might pass you in a airport somewhere and wouldn't even know it. I hear they need pilots. So it's probably something really good to get into. It's probably going to be a great job for a very, very, very long time. So now, Tux, what state do you live in? Is that where you're going to be flying out of all the time, or what's kind of your home base, so to speak? Or I should say airport or whatever. Right, Terry. We'd be asking the flight attendants, is there a Tux flying? Explained it. Yes, that's right. Oh man, I'm sure they'd be saying, "Who's that?" Let's see. Since I was 5 to 10 every year, I used to fly as a passenger solo. A stewardess would escort me from the gate to the seat. Also, introduced me to pilots. Let me see the cockpit. It was awesome, huh? Seeing all the buttons. Oh, I bet it's probably pretty impressive as a child, for sure. You take Montana to New York. Okay. Well, if I'm ever on one of those flights, I may have to go to the cockpit and say, "Hey, Tux, you here?" Yeah, I flew quite a bit in my life already. Definitely the easiest way to get from point A to point B the fastest. Easiest and the fastest. And actually the safest nowadays. With all these people on the roads today, you got to be really careful. The pilot's office. Whatever you think. Hey, Leah, how you doing? Yeah, vertical live. Yeah. What can you do, you know? I figure I'm doing these little things. This is what I threw last night. And I'm doing this, making these. So we'll see how they turn out. I'm hoping they don't crack in here. because they got to dry really slow at this point. Because you can see how thin I made these things. So, but I tell you what, tonight actually has been pretty good for me. I've had a maximum of like 20 some people in here already at one time. So YouTube might be trying to push my channel a little, just a little bit, you know. The two youngest boys did that for a few years to visit their dad, as Mom always was scary. Let them go. Just never knew I'd see them again for a variety of reasons. Okay, just show me what all the buttons do someday. Funny, did you see my birth mom had? Did you see my birth mom had passed? My dad always stayed at the gate until the gate plane took off, and then even an hour after to make sure I was safe. Me, I do that type of person. Always do the co-pilot. Flies rarely, so it's a big job. Yeah, it's a big job. It's a pretty cool job, actually. Late night might be your niche. It might be, yeah. Which I don't mind. I don't mind late nights. We got 10 in here right now. It's just very cool. Very cool. Got lots of friends in here tonight. It's funny, I started this live out and there was like, for the first 10, 15 minutes, there's nobody here. I was like, okay, maybe it was a bad idea to go live tonight. Then Mandy showed up. Mandy was the first one in here, I believe. And then Barbie showed up. Trying to make this edge a little bit nicer so if the piece flows in here a lot more, looks more of a natural. It doesn't look like two pieces. There you go. That's what I'm trying to get at. Tweety verbs will help. It puts you in the shorts. Oh, okay. I see, Leah. So that's why. It puts me in the shorts. A floating office. Well, that's office. Come here. I don't want her to know I fooled her plan. You guys are so funny. You make me laugh. Oh my. Oh my. See, this is what I miss when I'm not doing lives. I miss you guys. I need my water. My water. Maybe I should keep this here like this. So my page looks a little bit more interesting when they drop in, right? Let's see. Whisper design, crouching, ducks. Yeah, you need to talk to them about it too. They'd love to hear that, I'm sure. So what I'm doing here is just blending the two halves together so they look more like a one piece. And I'll probably still have some cleanup on these afterwards. But at least I wouldn't want to get them as close as I can. How do you know how much we missed you at the beginning of the year? It was painful, but we understood family comes first. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, I didn't know that people missed me that much. I mean, you guys, some of you guys would actually send me emails, which is pretty cool, or text messages, which made me feel really good. By the way, I appreciated everybody reaching out to me and asking how I'm doing, and keeping Jackie in their prayers and all that, because we were going through that mess, and it really felt good to have some friends around. To be honest with you, I'm not a person. I don't have any friends. My friends are, well, like Jackie. um, I'm not. I was never a man that went out. I never had a bunch of guy friends that we just went out and partied or whatever. And I just was never that person. I was always a bit of a loner, to be honest with you. I never wanted to be around a lot of people. I just felt like nobody really understood me. And maybe it's because I felt like I was more grown up than anybody else. Like I understood things a lot more than anybody else. And to find somebody to talk to about those kinds of things just didn't happen. People just don't, they look at you weird. It's just like, okay, I can't talk to you about that. you know. So, but I appreciate every one of you that reached out, and you realize, that the people online are actually have become very good friends and more like family, you know, which is really appreciative. I think that's going to look good. Smooth it all out. This clay's got so much grog in it. It's really hard to smooth it out, but I think I managed to do that pretty well there. We love our Murray. It's funny that I just got the message that you were live while watching you. Yeah, ain't that weird? I don't know why that actually happens. It is strange because there's sometimes I don't get messages when people are live, and I have the all selected, and it still doesn't tell me. I don't know. Who really knows about YouTube, right? They kind of do what they want to do, and they can, because they're them. They are their own. Yes, we love you, Terry, Miss Jackie. Thank you, Mandy. Like sometimes I don't get the notification till the next day. That's happened to me already, Barbie. Yeah, Aunt Jackie's actually sleeping right now. She goes to bed early, but she gets up really early too. Her and I are pretty much on different schedules when it comes to that. But you know, it never bothered either of us. Sometimes I get up early though too. I mean, sometimes I really like to get up early. So let's see, design I want to do on this. I like this idea here. I kind of want to do something different, but hmm. I kind of like this design though. I think I'm gonna do a bunch of them like that. I think I will do a bunch of them like that. And I'm just freehanding this cutout, so I'm hoping they turn out decent. Well, they will. They will turn out decent. So I just trace them on there first, where I'm going to cut them out. Let's see. Let's do this one. Let's see. Let's see. You're doing the ATP then. Cool. I don't know. Told you the new guy. You knew a guy once whose whole family were pilots. Wow. Okay. Wow. It is cool, Tux. That is very cool. Oh, thank you, Leah. In Southwest, you have to be 23 to fly, or to be a pilot or co-pilot, I guess, right? Well, Tux, that's really exciting, dude. I'm really proud of you. I'm happy for you. You know, that is really cool. Let's see. That's about three. That's about three. This has got to be a little bit larger. Absolutely. I'm glad. I'm so glad that you're getting to do what you want to do. Because if you are doing a job that you absolutely love to do, you'll never work a day in your life. And I'm sure you've probably heard that before, but that's the absolute truth. And you know what? You'll never want to retire. And you won't ever have to retire, hopefully. Because if you love what you do, why would you want to retire from it? What are you going to do when you retire? You know? So I'm never retiring. I'm going to be doing this till the day I die. So retirement's not a thing for me. I think it's just part of the system. You know, they want you to do that. Because then you retire, you sit on your butt, and then you eat, you get sick, and you die, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not playing their games. I will not play their games. Cutouts look like pancakes. Yeah, they do. You know what they look like? They look like Pringles potato chips. If you all ever seen Pringles potato chips before, that's what they remind me of. I gotta be careful though. I don't want to break these. It's really easy to break them doing this. So I mean, if I break it, I break it. It doesn't matter. It is really easy to have it happen. I think they're pretty cool. It's working out all right so far. Aerial office. Hey, that would be cool. Aerial office. There you go. Aerial office. Someone who's a bit pretentious, right? Maybe. I'm not do that anymore. Sorry, I'm back. I had to give Dad some of his meds for the night. Oh, that's okay, Mandy. You do what you got to do, girl. I did make these awful thin. Awful thin. But, that's just me. I do make things a little thin, except for my baking dishes. But I do make things kind of thin. They do look like pancakes. Sit in bed, not risking a plane falling apart from the sky. That ain't going to happen. That ain't going to happen, Tux. They do look like pancakes and cheese and rice. Well, I know a lady that would surely want a few of those, Murray. Do you know that lady? Well, I'm going to work something out with Barbie. There you go. I know she wants some. I'm going to come up with some different designs. Leah, if you want something, you have to let me know. All you have to do is get a hold of me, and you know how to get a hold of me. Same with you, Barbie and Mandy. I think you all know how to get a hold of me. Not sure. Told Nick and Jess, but I will be going into the process of being disabled. My psychological issues are not improving. I still don't have a job, and my parents can't cover me for health care at the moment. I turned 26 in August. Drastic measures call for a drastic solution. Unfortunately, still accepting this news is the ways I can, but all my family had to say. It's been happening in my world lately. Oh wow, I didn't know that. Disabled. Okay. All right, Tux. We'll see you tomorrow there, bud. Congratulations. Come on. Healthcare, Mandy, dear. Sorry to hear that. Well, Tux, best wishes to you. Some sleep. I like that, Leah. That's funny. Yes, Manny, you're going to be in my prayers. I will definitely keep you in my prayers until things get better. All I'm doing is smoothing these edges out so it looks nice and pretty. Man, if I had a job you could do and I could pay you for it, I would hire you. You're in bed, Leah. You had to pop in for a minute. Love you all and see you soon. I'm sure I'll leave you on the hours. Okay. All right. Well, you don't have to, but I appreciate it. I do appreciate it, Leah. Watch hours do help. That's what they say. That is what they say. I try to do that with everybody I'm following, is give them the watch hours, you know. Swan City and all the Potters, I try to give them watch hours to help everybody out. Man. Love you too. You have a good evening. So, Betty, is there something that you feel like you're really good at doing? You know, to find your little niche to where you can make some money online or something? Maybe just doing YouTube videos. If you, it's hard to do YouTube videos because it's just very uncomfortable to do them or to even get started. But there's a way you could make an income that would help with doctor bills and anything like that that you might have. Like I said, I will pray for you until things get better. There ain't no doubt in my mind that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we go. Now we got two. Look at that. They fit inside each other. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Yeah, Miss Jackie's disabled. She has a lot of issues going on, as y'all know. So we fight that all the time too. So I understand about disability and how all that goes. And try to keep them here to the side. It's still visible, so people pop in and see that. They're like, "Oh, what's this guy making?" Let's see. Bobby Lee, hey. I didn't see you drop in here, Bobby Lee. Good to see you in here. Let's see. Thank you all. It's been really difficult to grasp of what my reality has become. I had big plans and the usual being independent and having my own life, but it turns out I have to live with my parents. Let's see. Let's see. Good evening. Remember the remainder of their life. Not that I'm ungrateful, but I hate having to rely so much on so much of myself on them. Aspects, I feel guilty for wanting more. When life is obviously telling me to slow down. Well, you gotta sometimes you just have to fight it. Jackie is not going to get any better. At least, um, when I say not any better, they say that they tell her she's not going to get any better. Um, that her condition will continue to get worse throughout her life, and and that's just the way it's going to be. And I'm not a person that accepts that. Um, and I think that people should resist what the doctors are telling them. And I'm not sure how your body is. I know Jackie's body fights her sometimes, um, and I'm sure yours might too. But I try to get her to resist that that fighting that her body wants to do to her, and I want her to give her inspirational thoughts. Okay, because I really believe that we have the ability, and I do believe this. Okay, this is something I truly believe, and you might think I'm nuts for this, and so be it. I believe God gave us everything we needed inside our body. We and on this land that He made for us, and that we have the ability to fix ourselves. And our bodies are incredible, and that we can fix ourselves. But we really need to believe that that can happen. You have to truly believe without a question of a doubt, without any doubt, that you can make that happen. Um, I try to tell that to my wife, Jackie. She doesn't quite. She's starting to think more about this kind of stuff, but it's still not within her to think that she could do that. Um, I've been playing the frequencies at night while we sleep, the 432 hertz, because she had a problem with her leg, and the problem with her leg started going away. And then and I told her, I said, that looks better, She goes, yeah, it is getting better. I said, well, I've been doing this. And she didn't know I was doing that. Um, and she said, well, maybe that could be it. Well, I think that you need to, like her, she needs to reevaluate, trust in Him, because He can heal you. And He's given us the ability to do that, I believe, to ourselves. Let's see. Appreciate it, Dante. You're definitely by our disabilities, only by your light. Remember that. Exactly. Yes. Barbie, you are such a good inspiration for people like Mandy, and I love you two could talk to each other. I really think that Barbie, you could help each other, you know? I feel that comment more than you know, Mandy. I'm 51 now, and my mind is still thinks I'm 25, but my body's telling me I'm 100. Hey, I understand that, Bobby. I do. Um, well, somewhat. My mind tells me I'm probably in my 40s. Okay, and my body is probably closer to there too. I don't feel like I'm a little bit out of shape, but I don't feel like I can't do anything. Do I ache when I get up sometimes? Yeah, I do, but I don't let that control my day or my life. I just push through it, and that's it. I don't take any meds. If I have a headache, I don't take any headache medicine. Um, I find ways of removing that pain through, maybe it's meditation, where I can actually ease the pain throughout my body. If there's any pain somewhere, I can ease that pain. I can send something to that area to ease the pain. And I know it sounds weird and stupid and all get out, but that's really how I do it. I do not take anything for any pain whatsoever. I cut my finger already pretty deep, and you know what? I took nothing for it, and I didn't go to the doctor or the hospital to get it sewed up. I'm not that person. I got to be dying to go to the hospital. Um, Literally dying to go to the hospital. If I cut myself open, I'm taking something. I'm going to clean that cut out or whatever it is. I'm going to push it back shut. I'm going to take tape and put around it and gauze or whatever until it grows back shut again. That's just me. That's just me. So you're like, okay. Thank y'all. Manny, I am opposite. I can't see without my glasses. This is the one thing where I do feel like my age is my freaking glasses, my readers. I am the opposite, Bobby. My body is fine. I'm out of shape for sure, but everything works. But this brain, it's just got a few short circuits. Well, Mandy, we all got a few short circuits. I mean, look at me. Sometimes I can't get two sentences together. Okay. So thankfully you do have your body and it's very functional. We can work on that brain. We can work on that. I have to work on mine. Bobby Hunter said, agree. We can only do our best when our mind is young and strong, but we adjust and we do what we can, and that's all we can do. Believe in yourself and move forward as best as you can. Yes, Barbie, yes. Bobby says, I've worked construction for 28 years. It's been hard on my body. I still work construction every day, but at the end of the day, I can barely walk without pain, but I still go every day. Well, that's great, Bobby, and you have to do that. We have to push through it. If we don't push through it, we're just gonna die, right? We're just gonna go sit on our comfy chair, and we're just gonna die. Now, the only way to stay alive is to keep moving and through the pain and all that. And hopefully, you have a way of managing that pain through your mind. It's not an easy thing to do. I can guarantee you that. I think Gen Xers have a better way of managing that pain. At least I do. I say Gen Xers because I'm in there, and I tell you what, I've been through a lot, and I'm sure many of you have. You learn how to just manage with it, and just get through it. I might keep that edge on there like that. I kind of like that. The mind is a powerful thing for sure. Yeah, I tell you, I control myself, whether it's depression or what it is. It's all up here, and if I can get up here to believe something, in other words, I smash my finger, say, and I can get my mind to think about something completely different. That pain goes away. Your mind is really incredible, but you really got to use it and concentrate and maybe it comes to being able to sit in silence and just feel that pain and wash over it. And I know again, I know it sounds weird because when I say this to other people here, I just like, you're just weird. Sorry, call me weird, but and that's the way I've dealt with it for years, and it's worked for me. I believe it can work for everybody. I think God has given everybody that ability. It's just opening it up. and using it. It's like many years ago, I used to chew snuff. Um, and I chewed it for many, many years, and I couldn't go a day without it, and I used to think about it all the time. If I was getting low, I'd think about it. I have to go to the store and get more. I came to a point in my life where I'm like, this product is controlling my life. It's controlling what I do. It's controlling my thoughts. And I thought, how can I let something like that control me like that and make my life worse? Um, and so I quit cold turkey. I've changed my mind about the way I thought about that product or the way, of everything. And it was just like, from that day on, I quit. That was it. And you know what? It works. It really worked. Now, not everybody has that willpower to do that, but I did. The only thing I could not get rid of was the feeling of having the tobacco in my mouth. That was the problem. It wasn't the nicotine. So I did find a product that's all natural with no nicotine that I could use, and I've been using it, and it's a safe product. And so I've been doing that, but I got rid of it. The tobacco, I got rid of it completely. The nicotine, got rid of it completely, and never went back. So I'm very happy that God has given me the ability to do that. Because everything that happens like that, I give the glory to God. When He can help my mind change what I'm thinking inside to benefit myself, it's Him. It's Him controlling all of that. I really do believe that that's what happens. I'm a huge believer in Jesus Christ. He's my Savior. Not everybody has to believe that, but I would encourage you to look into it if you don't believe it. I'm just scoring around the edge here, and I'll end up putting some clay around here like I did these here and smoothing that edge out so it looks like one piece. I think when I make these again, I'm going to do them a little bit differently, so I don't necessarily have to do this. You know how it is. You do something once and you think, oh, wait, there's an easier way of doing that. Let's see. I am a firm believer in mind over matter and a leave. Probably. Oh, my. Sometimes that's what you got to do, You just got to take that route. But construction is not an easy job on your body, though. It is not an easy job. Have you thought about trying to get into the supervision of it or anything like that, or to where you're not physically doing that kind of labor? If you could do that, Bobby, that'd probably be beneficial for you. Don't get a desk job, though. You'll start looking like me, and then you'll be out of shape. You don't want to do that. I'm trying to get myself out of that situation. So, but yeah, if you could find a way to, or something else to do to get out of construction so you're not killing your body every day, because it is one of the hardest jobs out there. I've never worked construction before, but let me tell you, I feel you guys out there work in construction all the time. It's not easy. I know it is not easy. You were a superintendent for 4 years and it drove you freaking crazy. Well, I understand, dude. I do. I understand, man. It's just, I never thought I'd be cut out for the job I'm doing right now. And to be quite honest with you, I think I had myself believing that I was cut out for it. I think I threw myself in that position, and now I wish I wouldn't have talked myself into it. I wish I would have went a different route instead of be sitting at a desk all freaking day. Because sitting at a desk all day is not what everybody thinks it is. These people going to college to sit at a desk all day is not a good thing. And then they'll probably regret that, because with AI coming out, it's probably going to change a lot of that for these people. I really think it will. A lot of these jobs are going to go away with AI. But of course, professors aren't going to tell them that, because then they won't have a job. You know? For years and years, they've warned about robotics taking over in factories. And I'll tell you what, you look at some of these huge factories, I've been in many of them, they've got robotics everywhere, dude. Everywhere. And then people's jobs are going away. I can still pretty much at work I'm still pretty much at work anybody have at my age. I've always been built that way, but definitely feeling the older I get. Work, nobody has my age. I kind of talk like a hillbilly and do talk and text. So somebody messages me, get messed up. I'm a bit of a hillbilly myself. I mean, wasn't raised that way, but I could be that way really easy. I could take up that lifestyle real easy. Tux says he can't sleep. You're so excited, huh, Tux? Well, I'm 57, and I tell you what, I still feel really young. The Goods Pottery. Hey, how you doing there, brother? Making some wax melts. Figure I probably have about another 15 minutes on here yet. So how you doing there, Josh? Things are good here. Nice looking work going on here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. We know we all try. We all try to do the best we can do, right? These are wax melts. So I'm just blending. I have two pieces here I'm blending together. Just a little bit of hand work with this, and I got to cut out the shape then. This clay is not very forgiving with this kind of work. It's got way too much grit in it for sure. It doesn't like to be smooth, but I'm working with it. It's definitely not like my other clay bodies though. Oh, wedding. Yeah, you could do these for weddings for sure. Definitely could. I'm actually going to be starting to make chip and dip bowls, dishes for my one daughter's wedding coming up. I'm getting my clay. She wants different clay body. So I'm going to get my other clay body. She likes the speckled clay that I've done. So I'm going to get some more of that anyhow. And I told her, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it. Because it's my daughter, right? When it comes to your kids, you know, it's your kids. Making deviled eggs and cheese and crackers. Let's see, board tomorrow. For tomorrow's celebration with family. That's cool. Lots of graduates in the family. Big day. That's really cool. Sunset, how you doing there, Sunset? You called another live. You sure did. Being late must actually help. This is the second time I've been on here late, and I've got more people on here than usual. Of course, I am doing a vertical live, which I was told by Leah that you're better off doing verticals because you get more people in here. So maybe I should be practicing that a little bit more. She said because it puts you in the shorts category. So I don't pretend to know YouTube and how it works. So I have no clue. And to be quite honest with you, I think it changes all the time. So I can't get ahead of it. Thanks, Dad. You can make 100 of them. Yeah, you know it. And she did say, well, can you do 30 of them? And I'm like, 30? So I said, of course, I can make 30 of them. Yeah, well, you know, that's how it is, though. You know, you have kids and you'll do anything for them, you know. It's just the way it goes. No worries. I think we understand, y'all. It's just fine. No apologies necessary. That's right. Everyone is stopping by. Yes, they are. Yeah, everybody's stopping by, which is unusual for being as late as it is on the East Coast like this. Of course, the goods pottery. I understand you're in California, so it's not so late out there. I'm doing okay. Long days as usual. How are you? I'm doing great, guys. I hope Sunset that you can soon get to do your your pottery again. Get back on that wheel again. I'm sure you would love to get back on it again. How's that baby doing? I feel like it'll be a while till I get to do pottery again. Long days ahead of me right now. Baby girl is great. She's getting ready to walk soon. Whoa, that's cool. Been standing, birthday coming soon, and she'll be 1. Wow, it goes quick, doesn't it? Man, it goes quick. But there's special times, and I tell you what, she's going to start walking. You're going to have quite a bit on your hands as she starts walking. And she's going to start getting into everything. You're going to be curious, opening cabinet doors, saying, "What's in here? What can I play with?" Yeah, they're special times, but they go quick. So enjoy it. It's frustrating at times, but enjoy it as much as you can. Because I'm telling you what, Sunset, you blink, it's over. You blink, they're going to college. It's just that fast. I'm telling you. Love every moment of it. Every moment. Adirondack, hey, how you doing there, brother? How's that wheel working for you? Her birthday's in July. Oh my. Thank you so much for your help today. I took the wheel apart again, hit it with a little more grease, and got the new belt in there. That's great. So you did not even need a new belt. Or did they give you the wrong belt? Is that what happened? Oh, she really gets into everything. I'm sure, Sunset, she does. This is all free form, by the way, so these will not be perfectly shaped in any step of the imagination. I don't want them to be perfect. I want them to be all over the place and just kind of have their own kind of special look to them. I made these on last night's live. Some of you may remember that. Got to be very careful with these, though. I did make them slightly thinner than what I should have. Let's see. Back in New York, huh? Let's see. You all know where Adrian is? No, I don't know where Adrian is. As a matter of fact, I haven't seen Adrian. I do not know what Adrian is up to. Haven't actually seen him for quite a long time. And right, my sisters are there right now. There we go. Anybody want a potato chip? Yeah, all these are going to have a different look to them, you know? And I'm going to do some with intricate designs too, but I wanted to get these out and have a look at them. And since I haven't made them for a long time, even though how I switched them up, but yeah, I think the wavy washers and warped flywheel were my issues. Solves one of those today. That's cool. That's cool. Yes, SJM changed his name to Adirondack Earthenware. He's got his own YouTube channel, does videos. So some of you who don't know who Adirondack is, you should go check him out. For sure. We have the Goods Pottery in here. Got his own YouTube channel. You should check him out as well. Very good potter. Now, Sunset, you realize who he is. Yeah, man, they're looking cool. Just smoothing out the rough edges because I sawed these things out, as you saw. So I want to smooth the smooth the rough edges out. These things take a little longer than I thought they were going to take me. I gotta change my process a little bit. And they're quite fragile. I made them very thin. I swear these are about 1/8 of an inch thick. That's how thick they are. But I think it's better that way, that I made them thin anyhow. I really don't want heavy pieces. So, except for my baking dishes and stuff like that, mixing bowls and baking dishes. Those will always be heavy items. Heavier items, I should say. I'm very grateful for everybody that stopped in tonight. I appreciate y'all. And if I can, I might do a live tomorrow night too. I don't know. It won't be this late though, guys. If anything, I'll try to do a live during the day, maybe. I haven't done that, so maybe I should try to do that. Try to switch up the times a little bit and see what works. And, you know, being a Sunday, maybe I'll try it sometime, midday. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll give it a shot. I hate to make plans because every time I feel like I make plans and they always change. So I'm make sure your notifications are on is what I'm trying to tell you. So hopefully you will get notified when I do go live. There we go. I'll have to clean up probably a little bit more once it gets a little bit stiffer. I can see there's some spots that I want to iron out, but for the most part, that's actually perfect. I really like that. Thumbnail, anybody? Yeah. There you go. Thumbnail. I like them. I think they're going to be pretty cool. I'm going to have to wrap them up so they don't dry out too quickly, because that's going to happen if I don't protect them from doing that. So, but I like the shapes. They're kind of any which way. Nothing's perfect. Nature doesn't have any straight lines. Why should pottery? It's rather cool. But I do want to do different designs, you know, not just this stuff here. But I think that's going to look pretty cool. Yep, I'm going to have to wrap these suckers up. I'm going to have to wrap up the other ones too that I did so they don't dry out too much. Because they will dry out quickly. As thin as they are, I'm surprised they're not dried out more than they are. Let's put these on up. Put these on something like this on the shelf. We'll keep these wrapped up so they dry very slow and even so they don't get destroyed. That'll work. Let them dry out all by their lonesome like that. Oh. Got some reclaim to do. Oh. We got 10 people in here. That's awesome. If you're just walking in, you're walking in almost at the end of tonight. That's okay. Come back again and check out what I make. Lots of pottery. Lots of different things. Baking ware. Sculptures. I make all kinds of cool stuff. So if you think you might be interested in seeing how some of that's made, subscribe. I think you'll like it here. Many people do. Let's see. Let's put some more of these in here. Oh, this guy here, I never cut him off the bat. I better cut. Terry, love the uniqueness of each one of those. Just beautiful. Thank you. That's the idea, is to make them unique. I'm going to have to probably try to finish these tomorrow because they're just getting too dry. And I'm afraid if I let them go too long, they're not going to dry. This one here is not going to make. I didn't like this one here. He's just going to go and reclaim. I'm so excited for the news. Thank you, Terry, for sharing your time. This is fantastic, as always. Thank you. Thank you, Barbie. I appreciate you, Barbie. You're so wonderful. Thank you, everybody that stopped in. I know I'm going to forget somebody, so I won't even mention any names because my mind is not going to remember everybody. But I appreciate every one of you for stopping in tonight and spending some time with me, because it's lonely sitting here at the wheel sometimes all by yourself, and it's good to know that I got friends that'll stop in and spark up a conversation with me, and it's really nice to have. Believe me. Yeah, Tux, I'm going to end the live here. You might be flying tomorrow. That's cool. Yeah, Bobby. We'll see you later there, bud. And take care of yourself. Drop in here again, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. We'll try to make it during the day if I can. Good night, bro. Seriously, thank you. Yeah, no problem. Hey, Adirondack, you ever need anything else, you let me know. All right. I'm happy to help you out any way I can. That's the way I am with everybody. It's just the way I am. I like to help people. If you haven't noticed, that's what I try to do. Anybody that comes around and I get involved in their life, why, that's what I do. I try to help them out. Give you some looks of some of my pieces here. Some pretty cool pieces. Look at that glaze. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Oh, yeah. Got a nice pie plate back there with handles on it. Another nice pie plate back there. Need blue, got cobalt blue and white. Very cool stuff. Got some burners here. Very cool stuff. I got more stuff on the table over here too. Of course, this is just stuff drying right now. It's going to go in the kiln soon. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Barbie. Yeah. These big, giant pie plates right here. I made one pie plate and the freaking thing broke right in the middle when it was drying. I had to ditch it, of course. Oh, look at here. Here's one of my chip and dips. I got to make quite a few of those. Not out of that clay, though. But I got to make more of those. Big, giant mixing bowl. Another mixing bowl. Some other smaller bowls. They have to go into bisque. So, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. So, anyhow, thank you for joining me tonight. I love each and every one of you. I will pray for each and every one of you guys that joined my live tonight. And anybody new that joined. Mandy, you will be in my thoughts and prayers until this goes away and you get better. Because I think that's possible. I know. It's hard to believe, but I really believe God has it in us. And I'm going to convince my wife of that too. So anyhow, love you all. Thank you again. And I hope I'm on tomorrow night and we can join up again. All right. You'll have a blessed night and hope you have a blessed tomorrow. Good night.